Hi, my name is Maria Tan, and you're watching the premiere episode of this series, Hacking Your Way to a Thriving Business, Entrepreneurship in the New Normal. And this is episode one, Sell Your Brand, Not Your Product. Just a little bit about me. I'm known as the business coach for Misfits. I am a business growth strategist with over 15 years of experience helping entrepreneurs and leaders develop the CEO mindset, grow personal and business brands, connect better with their audience, and scale their businesses. I am seen on Forbes, Entrepreneur Addicted to Success, among other big publications all over the world, especially in the US. And I have helped a few organizations, including Disney, Savic, Micron, and more. And to date, I have helped more than 1,000 entrepreneurs all over the world. Now, this is what my intentions are. By the end of this episode, you'll have learned one, what exactly is branding, and two, why is it important to grow a brand? You can easily connect with me all across social media. On the left, you can see Facebook, Instagram, Clubhouse, and LinkedIn. And on the right, you can see my website, www.maria-tan.com. Now, before we even go deeper into why we need to be focused on selling a brand and not a product, I'd like you to just check in with yourself. What is branding for you? Is it one, the logos and the colors? Two, is it the name? Three, maybe you're not sure. Or four, everything about a company. And this is something to keep in mind because by the end of this episode, I will be helping you see branding at a different level. Another thing to check in, and I will tell you why later on. When you feel sleepy and need some caffeine, do you, one, think I need Starbucks? Two, think I need coffee? Or three, well, it depends. Let's define branding first. The definition of branding is a marketing practice of creating a name, symbol, or design that identifies and differentiates a product from other products. According to entrepreneur.com, simply put, your brand is your promise to your customer. It tells them what they can expect from your products and services, and it differentiates your offering from that of your competitors. Your brand is derived from who you are, who you want to be, and who people perceive you to be. And I think that last part there is the most important when it comes to branding. It is about how people perceive you to be. So let's discuss now why. Why is it important and why is branding such a big thing, especially in the new normal, especially as you hack your way to a thriving business? Let's just go back to that question earlier. When you feel sleepy and need some caffeine, do you think I need Starbucks? Think I need coffee? Or depends? And here's the thing. It's so important to understand how you're answering this question because answering this question would really allow you to connect to one product or brand. When you think, I'm sleepy, I need caffeine, and your answer or the first thought that comes to your mind is, I need coffee, then what you're looking for is a specific product. But if the first thought that comes to your mind is, I need Starbucks, it does not necessarily mean that you need the coffee or the product, but rather what experience that brand can give you, what feeling and what emotion. In other words, it is in that moment when you thought, I need a Starbucks. I need Starbucks right now. I'm tired. I can't focus. I need Starbucks. You've already triggered a memory that Starbucks gave you because Starbucks is telling you somehow through all these years, when you need to focus, come to me. It's not when you need to focus, buy my coffee. And the reason why this significant difference is so important in growing your business is when you have built a loyal tribe, a loyal following, a loyal customer base. They will always look for you. They will always look for the connection that you give them, the experience that you give them. It's not just about the product. Because once you think product, once you think I need coffee, the first thing that comes next after I need coffee would be, what is the fastest way to get coffee or what's the cheapest way? So when you are competing and selling your product, especially in this new normal, in this digital age, you are making yourself just one among the multiple options available all across the internet. Now, consumers are more and more sophisticated. Consumers are more and more intelligent. They know how to check prices. They are more price sensitive. They know how to curate information for themselves. But if you have a brand and you connect it with your audience, you build a lifelong customer. That special link that you will have with a good brand. And if you do your branding right, you will no longer be so worried about pricing, about the pandemic, about being lost in the sea of multitude of information, multitude of products all across the internet. Now, let's go back to this slide and see. When you have a fever, do you think I need sleep? I need biogesic or paracetamol, or I think I need my essential oils? Because again, your response is based on the experience. What exactly are you looking for? We are creatures, humans are creatures that are looking for an experience, not necessarily the product. They want what the product brings them and not necessarily the product itself. So being very conscientious of selling your brand or understanding your brand is critical in helping you thrive in this new normal, in helping you hack your way to a thriving business. Otherwise, you will be just one of the multitudes of products all across the internet. Now, let's go back again to that question. Why is it important? And let me repeat. You want people to find you, not find what you offer. Because you want them to keep thinking of you whenever they need something, whenever they need to feel happy, whenever they need to feel excited, whenever they need to feel relieved about something. Now, think of coffee. Coffee is just caffeine in a cup. I can make it at home. But why will I walk 10 minutes to a coffee shop and get Starbucks and then go back home and drink my coffee back home? Because I want that ambience. I want the memories of Starbucks with me. I want that feeling of I had that relief just for that 10 minutes. And that's why I'm willing to walk that 10 minutes to get my Starbucks instead of my coffee. And because I'm thinking Starbucks, I go to Starbucks. I go to Starbucks and experience the whole thing. Get my drink, maybe get a cookie, get another piece of chocolate, maybe buy some takeaway, buy one of the tumblers, buy one of the mugs. That is the power of branding, because they will not be focused on just the product that they want to buy, but to bring you and your business, your brand back home with them. It's the same with Apple, a MacBook. Any laptop could work, but you can hear people saying, I need a new MacBook, because these people are not focused on just any kind of machine. They are focused on what Apple brings them and will bring them. And the same way with toothpaste. Even if today there are more and more new brands in the market of toothpaste, people are still looking for Colgate. It's the oldest brand. It's one of the brands that have created an impression on everybody since young, since childhood. And because that impression has been with you since childhood, maybe you're using it until now in your adult years. Maybe you're using it even for your kids. Just imagine the loyalty. You already are part of the audience, the client's home. You are brought to their home. And that is the power of branding. And that is the reason, again, why today it is so important to focus on branding and not just selling the product. So think of it this way. When you're selling your brand, you create a connection with people. You subconsciously make your brand what you stand for and the promise you bring part of their narrative. So think Apple. Immediately, the subconscious mind has formulated a tech-savvy lifestyle. So if that's how you want to feel about yourself, that, hey, I'm tech-savvy, I want to go Apple. So that way, whenever a person feels that they need to feel savvier, much savvier in tech, they get an Apple. It doesn't mean that they need it. They just want to feel that experience again. Feel that wonder of opening a new iPad or getting a new laptop or getting new products from Apple. That experience is what people always crave for. Think of, ice cream, right? Like people don't really like ice cream. They want what ice cream brings. So that messaging, that positioning, that subtle message connection with individuals, with your possible clients, will help you form and strengthen that bond so that they will not forget you, especially in the new normal, especially during a pandemic, especially when there are more and more competitors out there. The same with Disney. It gives you happy, right? Like it's a happy ending. It's where, you want for kids. And imagine the power of the Disney branding. They don't actually, Disney does not sell any merchandise. All merchandise that has the Disney logo are franchised. That they franchise the name, right? A lot of it's franchising. You buy the name for 1 or 2 years, and every region has its own like how I forgot how you call it, licensing. So just imagine that Disney is making money from the products, right? People want to bring home a Disney pencil, a Disney notebook, a Disney cell phone case, because it reminds them of that happiness. It reminds them of that happy ending. It reminds them of that fantasy. That is the power of branding because you've already created that connection with people. So every time the person feels the need to get what you're offering them or the message that they've connected with your brand, they will look for your brand, not your product. They will immediately think, I need to feel happy now. Let me look at what Disney is selling. Let me get something Disney. That's it. The same goes for earnings. It's about exclusivity. I want to be seen different. It's important for me to have a glamorous lifestyle. Hermes. Hermes is a wait list for their bags because it has already created that connection, that narrative. It has built that narrative that if you want to be seen as the cool kids, as the most trendy, the most exclusive, the socialite, then get an Hermes. Nike, it gives you the power, the impression of winning. It's about doing it. We are winners in this life. And every time you feel as though, hey, I want I want to exercise because I want to feel good. I want to feel good. I want to win in a day, right? Like I want to have that spirit again. Nike, because Nike are winners. That's it. And Netflix, it's a way to kill time, right? I'm bored. Oh, I wonder what's on Netflix. I'm sad. I wonder what's on Netflix. When people want to kill time, want to escape whatever they're feeling, they go to Netflix. Instead of thinking, why am I sad right now? They just immediately scroll, press Netflix, check what's on queue, and watch. That is the power of branding. So when you sell your brand, you create that connection and then you become part of their narrative. But when you only focus on selling your product, people will only remember that product. And think of it this way: how often have you said to yourself, what's the brand of that product we bought last week? If you focus on product, people don't really remember, right? They throw the tag. Maybe even if you have your logo there, they don't really check. People now have very little attention. So they don't really focus on those things. They just focus on, oh, I bought this product. I bought this pen. Okay. It's okay if I have a different brand of a pen. How often have you compared prices of different brands of the same product? This, like my example of coffee. How often do you go get coffee, think, okay, what is cheaper here? Or what's the fastest here? Which brings us to the third point. How often have you gone for something that's most accessible? Meaning, how can I get coffee the fastest? Or how can I get coffee cheapest? But for those that have built a connection with a brand, these people are relatively less price sensitive. How often have you thought, okay, I'll get I'll get a new iPhone. You didn't even consider the price. Maybe the only thing that you think is, can I have can I put it on installment? Can I put it on my credit card? But there's no you don't people don't really think, oh, it's so expensive, I don't want to buy, right? It's that saying that people would spend so much money on branded or branded bags, but not on a book. Even though a book is just $10, people would just easily buy a new Gucci, a new Prada. But for books, they'd be like, oh, that's so expensive. Why? Because books, in their mind, does not bring them that much connection unless they are people that value books that much. Also, people who connected with a brand actively follow a brand's journey and its different campaigns, meaning every launch, they are ready for you, right? Imagine the Nike stores. People always line up a pair of sneakers for so crazy amount of money. People are willing to shell out that money because they want that feeling of winning. They want that feeling of doing it. They want that feeling of being high at the end of the day. And that they believe Nike can offer them. And lastly, people who've connected with a brand buy just because. Like my example about the Starbucks. When people think Starbucks, they're willing to go to Starbucks, even if it's 10 minutes away. And because they're already in Starbucks, they want to bring home that experience so much that they would not only spend money on one cup of coffee, they might call their homes, ask who wants another cup, or get a cookie, get a mug that they don't really need, get a tumbler that they have five at home, they get something else because they just because they want to feel connected to the brand, just because they're already there, just because that gives them real joy. So take action today. In the comments below, tell me what your brand is about or what you want your brand to be about. And let me help you get more articulated with branding. And remember that every comment you make on each webisode counts as 1 point. More points means more chances of winning special prizes from our SME sponsors. Entries will be accepted until June 25, 2021 at 11:59. This is Maria, and this is the end of episode 1. I look forward to connecting with all of you in the forum and ask your questions. I want to help you thrive in the new normal. I want to help you hack your way to business success and entrepreneurship in this new normal in the digital age, because we all deserve wealth. We all deserve abundance. We all deserve a successful business. I'm Maria, business coach for Misfits.